You're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you, but you just had a very long time to speak and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. As I was saying.
Hey fam, welcome and welcome back to One and Done. Today we've got another great video from Piers Morgan and Uncensored. On the show today, Cenk Uygur and Candace Owens. The subject matter is the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump, and Cenk Uygur's at his best, acting like a 2-year-old, a little toddler, and he gets absolutely mama-beared by Candace Owens. Now before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like, smash the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and let's roll that tape.
So what am I'm asking you a literal question. What do you want me to just go?
Could you give it a beat?
Okay, now Donald Trump's a good. Hold on, let me finish the question.
On a human level,
Donald Trump's a good guy. Donald Trump loves democracy. Donald Trump's still the same monster he was yesterday. So I hate that people are shooting at him. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's immoral. It's wrong.
Why would you be surprised?
I can't condemn it any stronger.
Why would you be surprised?
I'm not going to tell you that Donald Trump is a decent man.
But Cenk,
when
why
he's
would
a
you
grotesque human being?
Why would you be surprised that people are taking drastic action? Unhinged people with unhinged brains who are listening to constant rhetoric from people.
You didn't answer the question.
Well,
what do you want me to do? You want me to politically surrender, right?
I'm asking you a question. Do you not consider for a moment that within 48 hours you're still saying monster, demagogue, dictator, blah,
yes,
blah, 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 blah.
Because that's who he is.
Yes, but this is what is
affecting... So you
affecting...
want me to lie?
Yeah, because...
Piers, tell me this.
Because,
do you want me to lie?
Let me finish. The shooter at the golf course, specifically in his recent social media posts, parroted Kamala Harris, saying that he was effectively an existential threat to democracy in America. You're doing the same. Does nothing make you pause?
You're insane.
Hillary Clinton's doing the same.
Trump does it 2,000 times worse.
Piers,
because
you think he does
it, your great idea is Democrats shouldn't. Your great idea is Democrats shouldn't campaign against your beloved Donald Trump because some moron, mentally unstable guy took a shot at him. Okay, or two of them did. You know what? I can protect Donald Trump. Ban assault weapons. That'll protect Donald Trump way more than any of, say nice things about him now that some lunatic took some shots at him. Here.
Oh my goodness. That was actually entertaining to watch, that an actual adult can behave like a 2-year-old. I love the fact that Piers Morgan has him on here. And I like to hear these people that have Trump derangement syndrome, because you can actually see them in action and you can see how deranged and how deep it goes. It's a real issue. Someone needs to come up, forget about COVID, forget about, the vaccines. Someone needs to come up with a cure for it. Now, Cenk is a completely different animal when he doesn't have his babysitter Anna around. And in fact, I think Anna Kasparian is on her way over to the right. She is starting to see or make common sense comments, choices, decisions. And even on the Young Turks, Anna Kasparian pulls Cenk into line. But when he's out here by himself, he doesn't have his babysitter with him. Tantrums galore.
Let me be super clear. If you're on the left, I know the right-wingers love their guns and Second Amendment remedy, and they've been riled up to do violence nonstop. But if you're on the left and you do any violence, you are not one of us. You're a stupid person who does nothing but make a worthy cause look immoral with your insanity. Never do violence.
Now, here's the problem. So he's blaming these people that are insane, and then he's saying, Republicans, you don't ban guns. Well, you don't want background checks, etc. The problem is these people don't care about background checks. The last shooter, he has a criminal conviction. He's a felon, and felons are not allowed to possess guns. So he found some other way to get him. So you can ban them all you like. You can make laws tougher, but if someone wants to get one, they will get one.
Is that clear enough?
Or maybe when they constantly hear on the airways people like you and Hillary Clinton and others constantly depicting Trump as an existential threat to democracy in America.
Piers, you're totally guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. Because you support Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has done 2,000 times worse, and you know it. You won't even run it on this show.
Okay.
You won't even run it on this show because Donald Trump, what he says is so much worse than anything a Democrat has ever said about him. So you won't even run it on this show. So that's it. Are you telling Donald Trump, you better shut up? You better not say any of those gross things that you always say. You know that he joked about smashing Nancy Pelosi's husband's head in with a hammer.
Yeah, and the truth
One
is,
of his
Cenk,
lunatic fans tried to murder Nancy Pelosi's husband, and he's like, it's so funny. Do you know that when they try to murder his vice president,
here's the problem,
he then turned around and said he deserved it.
Here's the problem.
He's a psycho,
Here's
and you
the problem.
defend him every day, Piers.
Here's the problem. You have no idea what I've said about Trump when he's done these things. If you had, you wouldn't accuse me of not talking about them because I always do.
Shut up?
Because I always do.
Are you telling him to shut up?
Pierce always gets triggered when Cenk accuses him of being a Trump lover, supporter. Pierce, just get on with the show, bro. You don't have to keep defending yourself because when you're explaining it, you look like you're a Trump supporter.
I want to bring in Candace Owens here. Candace, look, we're 48 hours after the latest assassination attempt, and I'm listening to another liberal who I respect. I've had Cenk on a lot on this show, absolutely losing his mind about how despicable Donald Trump is and what a threat he is and a danger and so on and so on. Exactly the kind of rhetoric that Trump has said he believes is fueling these people to try and kill him. What do you make of where we are with this?
What I make of all of this is that if you are going to legitimately tell people that someone is a monster, that somebody is a dictator, that somebody is literally Adolf Hitler, if you're going to tell people that this person is a constant threat, why wouldn't somebody try to eliminate that threat? That would actually be a sensible thing for somebody to do if they believe the rhetoric that is coming out of people's mouths. Now,
then
if this had happened and it was flipped,
including you, Candace.
Cenk, you just spoke for a very long time.
Candace finish, please.
You're going to have to learn how to control yourself. Cenk, you're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you, but you just had a very long time to speak and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. You need to sit on your hands, then you should do that. As I was saying, if this situation had been reversed and I had just watched somebody try to shoot Kamala Harris, I would be definitively saying how wrong it was. I would be saying to people that despite the fact that I do not want her to be president, of course, she is not so much of a threat that she needs to be shot. They don't stop this rhetoric because they do not want these assassination attempts to stop on Donald Trump. And I want to be very clear. The circumstance that we find ourselves in the West is one of remarkable privilege. And when you're in times of remarkable privilege, it creates actually an issue of having a lot of weak men, right? Weak men are the ones that are going out here proclaiming that Donald Trump is a threat, proclaiming that Donald Trump is somebody that is a dictator because they've never had real conflict in their lives. And you're about to see that example right now, the difference in the demeanor between someone like Cenk and Eric Prince, who I greatly respect and who is somebody who has seen real conflict and understands what real threat is, right? He understands real threat. Cenk is somebody that grew up, obviously, with a silver spoon in his mouth. He's never had to fight for anything in his life and has never had to put his life before somebody else's. So it's very easy for him to behave like this, to demonstrate like a toddler who is throwing his toys out of the pram when he doesn't get what he wants. And so he heightens his rhetoric and says, why am I not getting what I want? This man's a dictator. This man's a threat. And he's not being realistic. And it's embarrassing to our country, whether it was a person on the right or the left.
You guys haven't addressed it at all.
Cenk, I promise you are capable of controlling yourself.
He wants to terminate the Constitution, so you like that? 3 minutes as
somebody else speaks.
So Candace Owens absolutely dismantled, dismembered Cenk Uygur live on television. You gotta love it. She treated him like the toddler that he is. She put him on his back, whipped the nappy out, changed the nappy, and Cenk even had a bit of a smile in the end. Now, what I loved about Candace Owens there is she didn't even break a sweat. She did it so smoothly and calmly. She let Cenk Uygur talk, made some absolutely crazy allegations. Donald Trump is not an insurrectionist. He never got found guilty of inciting an insurrection. There was a protest at the Capitol. It was no more than that. And he wasn't wanting to overturn the government because he was president at the time. Okay? These people, they need to get over it. This is TDS on steroids. Cenk Uygur's right up there at the top amongst some of the greatest. Piers Morgan's got to stop getting triggered and explaining his relationship with Trump. Who cares? Cenk Uygur, all these people on the left, They're always accusing Piers of basically being a right winger. Now we know he's not, but I do appreciate the fact that he brings both sides on his show for a debate. Now let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who won and who got done? I think Candace obliterated Cenk, who was light on facts and heavy on the fiction. Now before I dip, don't forget to hit that like, smash the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next video.